Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Of course, I'm Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at cryptocurrency.com. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. Of course, it is about 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Saturday, February the 2nd, 2019, foul year of our Lord. And, you know, I really enjoy the weekends, man. Smooth Saturdays especially, smooth, steady, kind of low volatility in the markets. Now, unfortunately, you know, if you are a part-time trader and if you're working a Monday through Friday job, you're using the weekends to practice for your trading, cryptocurrency is a little different. We often, you know, me personally, I really dislike trading on Saturdays. It's all retail volume. It generally moves in the wrong direction. What is nice for Saturday is generally getting you set up for how the market's going to move on Sunday. Because what I have noticed, and this is just fairly unique to cryptocurrency, but general as well as generally as well across the realm of stuff. Real quick, Eli back, thank you so much for the $5 donation, my good friend. Sorry you can't stay and watch the stream, but I will take a look at IOP for you. I absolutely will do that. And you can replay and watch this. In fact, I'll try to pay attention to when I do the analysis, and then I'll throw the timestamp down in the description. No, you're one of the good ones. Thank you so much, my friend. All right, guys. Yeah, so often the market will move on Saturdays in the direction in which it will conversely move. On Sunday. because Sunday evening is generally when you start getting some traders coming in. Right around the afternoon, for those of us in the States, is generally when the Asian markets start waking up and moving the markets. And then right as we're generally about to go to bed, the European markets wake up on the other side of the pond and really start pushing in the direction that they generally tend to follow in lockstep, with what the Asian markets are going to do. But again, you're just following the volatility of the market. You're following the direction the market's moving. All right, guys. So, I have been working, I've really been obsessed this last week on projects that I've been working on for a while, and that is my custom indicator scripts. As the subscribers know, I'm working on putting the finishing touches on one particular script idea of mine, which I clearly identify as overbought and oversold levels, as well as trending environments, as well as unnatural volume, with alert conditions for all of those and easy adjustable settings to change all of those parameters to your liking. I find that the default settings that I have coded for it do tend to average anywhere from a 63 to 75% success ratio on the strategy backtesting. I do have to take into account the fact of the way that TradingView paints bars. So this is an issue with strategy testing. But what I've been able to do is accomplish a fairly higher success rate with it, incorporating my personal strategy of risk management. That's the next step, is fully including that. But right now I do have OCA orders included into it, as well as direct logic for when to enter and exit, as well as position sizing. One thing that I've also gotten it to do is, in the back testing, dynamically adjust your capital allocation as your portfolio grows, as your capital grows. So that means that as the strategy works in your favor, you're increasing the pack you punch. It's just like playing at poker. You know, as you make money with poker, you move on to a more profitable poker table. So with that said, let's head on over here and talk about the giveaway, and then we'll get into the charts, guys. Now, please don't forget that now and for the next 2 weeks, you guys can head over to cryptocurrency.com, the namesake website, and we are giving away 3 1-month packages of free subscription to the Kraken Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. That competition is still live. If you visit krakencryptocurrency.com, this wonderful pop-up is going to appear on your screen. It says, "Win a free month of the Premium Trading Group." It's going to describe everything that is included with access to the Premium Trading Group, trade signals and setups, access to the members lounge and the day trading voice chat, the database library, the live trade tracking sheet, the webinar series, the mentoring and education, and your own personal trade journal that actually pulls API data so you can live update your portfolio as you go. So all you got to do is click on this wonderful icon right here, take me to the giveaway. It is going to redirect you right to the giveaway page. This is powered by Gleam. This was a little expensive, but it's totally worth it. We've got 87 entries so far, 13 days left in the giveaway, guys. Thank you so much for participating. You can log in with any existing social media account that you have, so you don't need to create an account for Gleam. You can simply log in with your Discord, your Facebook, your Twitch, your Instagram, your Twitter, YouTube, whatever, your own email if you so want. And then you simply get entries. You get additional entries for how many of these things you decide to do. If you're a member of our Discord channel, you get a point. If you're following us on Twitter, you get a point. Subscribed on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. So all those things give you additional entries. And then at the end of the giveaway, the program will randomly pick 3 winners. Obviously, the more entries you have, the more chances that you have to win. So really excited about that, guys. Really, really glad that almost 100 people have taken place so far. This just launched yesterday. So looking forward to trading with you guys. And congratulations in advance to the winners who do win that. Again, I'll be reminding you guys as we go along. All right, so let's get into the charts. Okay. Do want to say hello to the chat, guys. Wally, hey, how you doing, man? Glad you could join us this evening. Asgartha Asgard. Gartha Asgard, my bad. I apologize that I mispronounced your name. Eli back, of course, my man. Cannon Man, Ivan X. Maltese Hurricane, haven't seen you before. Quinn Berry, yeah, we'll look at Vibe, man. 480p from me too. Hey, Khalil, good to see you, man. And Donnie R. Yeah, we'll take a look at Litecoin. So we're going to start off as we always do, Bitcoin, Ethereum, ZRX, and then we will take a glance at Litecoin as well. Now, the title of the video, the trade that will change your life forever. What trade is that going to be? Probably at this point in time, no trade, okay? Now, let's go ahead and pull open spot price on Bitcoin. And of course, as we always do, we'll just go ahead and get rid of the distraction and just get rid of the noise, and we'll just look at price action. Now, as we've been saying for a while, what are the metrics that we want to look at? What are the metrics that we want to look at? Well, one thing that we want to understand is where is liquidity and where are retail traders likely to exit their positions? Where is institutional order flow likely to be activated? And do we feel that this is going to be a representative fractal of what happened up here? Okay. And again, I've been very dismissive of the fact that this chart pattern that we saw play out, this nice descending supply supply increasing to meet demand, and then overpowering demand. I've been very skeptical of the fact that this is going to play out in the same fashion. And the main difference for me is time. We simply have not had enough time to have the same amount of price contraction to get the 50% movement to the downside that we have here. Now, anything is possible, and it's definitely on the table. And I know all of you love that trader talk, but you do have to be realistic about some certain things because nobody knows. Anybody that tells you they know exactly which way the market's going to move, you should probably run immediately in the other direction. There's a few things that when you're trying to receive, when people are saying that they're going to give you trading advice or that they're successful traders, that they know this or that or the other, there's a few things that you want to be looking out for. Well, I mean, clearly, once you saw this spinning top doji, with like two little wickawoos, surrounding, clearly you should have been out of your position. Anybody who says things like that, like clearly, of course, must, that is very poor grammar to have when you're talking about trading, because those don't exist. Certainties do not exist, and anybody that talks like that, what it is indicative of is that they don't have the experience necessary. It would suggest that they have not internalized the psychology necessary to be a successful trader, because if you pay attention to my vernacular, to the grammar that I use, to the words that I use, I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been trading for a very long time. And so my grammar supports that fact because I speak in terms of probabilities because I have fully accepted that psychological reality of the game, that we are talking about a game of statistical likelihood. We're not talking about a game of certainty. There's no indicator, there's no strategy, there's no method of chart analysis that will 100% tell you which way the market's going to move. That's why before technical analysis must come money management. You have to understand that every time you click a button in a market, that you are putting your money in position, and there are going to be consequences for taking it out of position. There are consequences for putting it into position. There are going to be consequences for removing it from position. Now, whether those consequences are positive or negative depends upon how you manage your emotions and how you manage your trade going in. But the most key factor here is the money management skills, understanding how to manage your entire portfolio, your bankroll, and understanding how to manage your positions as well. And then after that, less important than that is your technical analysis. And that's why in the webinar series, we do begin with risk management before we get into technical analysis. Oh, announcement for the subscribers. I apologize. I didn't post this in the Discord. I should have. But the Friday webinar is going to be coming out on Monday. There were some slight technical difficulties, but one of our analysts, Fibonacci, is going to be releasing his instructions, his webinar on how he specifically trades the Ichimoku Cloud Indicator. So that will be released on Monday. A full explanation from scratch to more complicated methods of analysis of using Ichimoku, of how he approaches the markets, how he uses this specifically on BitMEX, and yeah, so that's going to be coming out on Monday. I'm really looking forward to it. He's got a fantastic presentation to go along with it. All right. Oh, you know what? You know why the video quality is low? I apologize. That is my fault. It is my fault. Because we were having latency issues yesterday. We were having bandwidth issues. And so I had to reduce the framed resolution output. So I'm recording in 1080p, but I had to frame it down to 480p output. And now that my bandwidth is fine, I forgot to change that back. So I apologize for the inconvenience, guys. Normally we're broadcasting in very crisp 1080p resolution. That'll be fixed for tomorrow's evening broadcast. All right. Apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. So let's just get into now an analysis of Bitcoin. Now, one thing that we do have to understand is that the manner in which we approach. So first off, I'm not looking to put on longs in this situation. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin made an intraday stab up to 3,600, potentially even 3,500. That's actually the play that we were doing, the short scalp on the hourly time frame. All right, we were playing this potential ascending triangle formation. The problem is that this was only being painted on Binance USDT, and not so much the others. But this was the potential play on the books, and then obviously we would be targeting an area right here. So that was the potential long scalp, not a position that I personally was taking because I am waiting for the bigger play on BTC. So why is the title of the video, The Trade That Could Change Your Life? Well, because the trade that could change your life is most likely at the current point in time, no trade, no position. You know, it amazes me to see the role of BitMEX Rect, to see the liquidations occurring in such a tight range of volatility. And look at that price contraction as we descend. Now, we are hanging quite nicely around the 33.90 level of support, and all we need to do to confirm that level of support is simply look at the volume profile. Where are we? Oh, yes, of course, we are at a high volume node. What's below us? A low volume node in between our secondary level of support at 32.39, and then coming in below that, I do have to target the swing low at 31.22 as support. Now, actually, I need to be specific about how I'm reevaluating how I'm going to handle this position. Now, I've been looking at this as, okay, well, I know we're going to go down before we go up. And I know at this point in the market that retail traders are extremely bearish in their sentiment. And longs are still quite high. If we take a look at Bitfinex longs versus shorts ratios, and so we're going to have to go to, my favorites, and BFXLS. Apologies, let me just move this up. There we go. Come on, mouse. Don't die on me now. All right, let's get rid of that left price scale because that is distracting. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to be looking at pair. This pair would be quite fine, but just to be sure, we're going to put in BTC USD. And cumulative will be fine for me. And longs percent seems fine to me as well, yep. So this is going to be calculating the percentage of longs to shorts. Now, here's what concerns me about this, is that longs are still quite high percentage-wise compared to shorts, if we do look at that ratio of longs to shorts. And when longs are quite high, and we talk about this quite commonly, if we go over and look at something like bull-bear income, when longs are quite high, it's unlikely that the market is going to move up. Why? Because the market doesn't really like to give you profit. The market generally works to take money away from you because the market does what it wants to do, not what you want it to do. And this is why I counter trade retail traders. So as we can see, when we're looking at margin sentiment, let's actually go back to the last month, and you can find this information on BitCur. So first off, we'll take short positions, and we'll just look at the profitability of long positions and the profitability of short positions on the green line in the middle representing price. So as we can see, when price was just recently at the high at 4,000, so if we go back here and look at the chart, so when price was right here, this point in the market right here, we can see, that the longs were quite profitable. So a lot of individuals did the right thing. They put on their longs in this area of the market right here. So a lot of people put on longs in this consolidation period right here, which was not a bad thing to do. When you have a nice volatile movement down up, and then you have a movement down, and then you move sideways for quite a while, generally an indication that price is going to go back up. Because you've had a healthy retracement and then another period of reaccumulation. But if you're playing it safe, you wait to take the break to either side. So you would have been watching a lower time frame rather than the daily, but plenty of time to catch this intraday trade. And then what happens? You come back up into the resistance order block. Again, this is formed on the weekly time frame from those of you who have been following the show for quite a while. So if we do go take a look at the weekly chart, we can see how that resistance order block is calculated. Of course, that is the true candle body of the area in the market where we have a extremely strong bearish downtrend, and then we stop. And at this point in the market, the bulls sensed weakness in the bears, and of course they came back up to retest this area as resistance. It held for 4 weeks, and now we've descended back down to retest the lower areas, really hanging out in no man's land. And this price contraction over the last 3 weeks has really been psychologically difficult for a lot of traders. Of course, we've had good intraday trades to the upside and the downside, but overall, trading Bitcoin over the last 3 weeks, really ever since, the 10th of January, has not been a profitable thing. Trying to take scalp longs has not really worked out well for you. Clearly, the best thing to do has been in your directional short that you would have had many indications for. being in the resistance order block. Again, you do not long resistance, you short resistance. Looking at the fundamentals, looking at how the longs to shorts were quite high. When you're at the top of an ascending movement and you see long spike, that's generally an indication the price is going to reverse, especially if you couple that with the profitability of longs. Again, remember, the market is there to take money away from you if you're a retail trader, and it is to provide it to those who are more savvy. So you want to trade unlike everybody else is trading. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Good, glad you could join us. Poggerbot 187. Hey, thank you so much, Khalil. I appreciate the recommendation, my friend. No, I can see you guys. Thanks, Pogger. I see you, brother. Alex, you called it. All right, so okay, so that's one factor of my analysis. Why do I think the price is unlikely? Why do I think the price is unlikely to, or excuse me, why do I feel that it is a possibility that we do come back up to retest resistance? Of course, we do have the point of control, which is the area in the volume profile where the most volume has been traded. We do have that coming in around the 3620 area. That's also where I do have my daily resistance zone. Again, as I was talking about in previous videos, 3620, I was talking about this range right here when we were in this consolidation range. And I said, listen, guys, I'm not going to take a trade until either of these time frames break. Of course, we did actualize to the downside and found support at 3390. Now, hey, thanks, Foxy Loxy. Thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. And I missed somebody. Let me pull up my scrolling log. Apologies. Let's see here. LL3LE87 and Mr. Milo 365. Thanks so much for the follows on Twitch, guys. Highly appreciated. We've also got BGB Huck, Rush Attacker, and Lighthead Do Whittia, Yarsgive 4423. The letters walk. Oh, and Malicious Upload. Thanks so much for the resub, man. For the 2-month resubscription. I highly appreciate that, man. Hopefully you're finding that let's see here. Yeah, hey, DM that to me in the Discord, Alex. Okay. So let me get back on track. All right, so longs to shorts ratios, longs are becoming quite bullish, as we see here. And when we see this happen, price is unlikely to move up. So what I could see here, of course, anything can happen, but what I would not take off the table is a movement back up to retest resistance around that $3620 area. If we move up before moving down, if we move up before breaking support at 3390 and retesting 32 and 31, then I'm going to be looking for short entries at these higher levels. I'm not going to be looking to take the long. I'm not going to trade against the trend. And really, I would even be willing to sacrifice this particular trade for the better opportunity for the short, because I would rather wait for confirmation upon a break above resistance right here. But here's the problem, guys, is that there's not enough liquidity here. There's just not enough liquidity here in this area to really propel price. The liquidity is down here. The liquidity is down here, below the yearly low, below the previous yearly low. This is where the market's going to be made or broken. And I know that sounds a little open-sided, but the reality of the situation is again, remember what I've talked about many times. If price approaches support on low volatility, it is not a sign of strength, and it is likely to break through. If price approaches support on high volatility, it's generally a sign that sellers are being too aggressive and that price is likely to reverse to the upside. But when we approach resistance or support on low volume and low momentum, that is a sign of strength to the dominant trend, which right now the dominant trend is to the downside. It's only when you see high volatility that you do get a change in trend. Remember, without a significant change in volume or sentiment, the overlying trend is unlikely to change. And so we do have a spike in the downtrend on Bitcoin right here, but we haven't really seen a significant change in volume or sentiment. Now, we do have one candle right here that is showing about 1.5x the moving average for volume, okay? And that's why we've kind of gotten this brief little relief rally right here. But to me, it's forming more of a bear flag formation. And again, we do have this overarching resistance at the point of control. If we go ahead and throw on our EMAs too, let's look for a little confirmation with our EMAs. Yeah, we've got we're being governed still by the 8 on the daily by the 8-period EMA. We've got our 21 coming in right behind it, so we can cross the 8. I don't really get excited about a bullish situation until we're actually above the 21. Then generally, EMA strategy is you take the close above the 21 and you look to target the 55. But the problem is this resistance order cluster that we have here. So I would need a close above the 21 and the point of control, and then I might be looking to take that 3% scalp. But the risk to reward is not there for me. Again, guys, it's not the scalps. It's not intraday trading that's going to make you a lot of money. It's going to be long-term swing positions. That's what typically adds to your account, because you can pyramid into winning positions. You can scale in. You can re-enter multiple times. And that's why the risk to reward that I'm looking for is, again, the short from this area back down to support. That's my 10% trade, and potentially even lower, because I'll hold that short open until I get strong confirmation of the reversal. Or the short from potentially even the resistance cluster if we do happen to intraday wick up here. Or conversely, I'm going to be entering the long around this area down here. Going to be entering the long around this area down here when I get confirmation. And I'm going to go ahead and I've reevaluated this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my orders here and here. I'm not going to be setting limit orders here to pick up the long. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be observing price, and I'm actually going to be removing this stop loss right here, which I originally had placed, because it's just become very apparent to me as I've played these markets out that yes, this might work for the first pass through. Like, it's completely possible that we're just range bound and stuck in this range for quite a while, and we do only dip down to the lows right here, that we do only dip down to lower support, potentially even down here as low as the yearly low, before coming back up, potentially even breaking this resistance downtrend and testing the resistance zone again, and then back down, and then up, and then down, tightening and tightening. But I don't want to remove the potential to be able to catch the volatile intraday wick down. And when we look at what capitulation looks like, if we look at what capitulation looks like, for example, look at this. Look what happens. And this is not the most similar market structure, but price, we have a little bit of a bottom here. Price comes down, breaks through that bottom, and then moves down let's see here, moves down almost 22%. Moves down almost 22% before immediately rebounding up, and then price never comes down below that area again. That was the slight bottom in 2017 when we had a pretty nice big fake out. And if we go back even further, I want to go back to, here we go. This was the end of the bear market in 2015. We see something quite similar. Let's zoom in on this. Yeah. So, we're basically descending. We have support right here, and we approach that support, and then price moves down. I mean, this is very similar to what we've had. Price moves down, moves very volatilely down, and this area could be seen as kind of what we're in right now. Of course, this is just 2 days where this occurred. And then price moves down almost 50%, moves down almost 50% in the course of 3 days, and then rebounds back up almost over 100%. So I don't want to have a wild, let's just jump to the future. I don't want to have a wild stop loss down below support when I know that in all likelihood, price is likely to just wick down 20 to 25% very quickly and then come back up. And this could happen over the course of a couple days. And what's going to determine this for me is how long we stay below 3,000. If we wick down very quickly and then come back up, I'll be very bullish. I'll be very bullish, and I will be looking for 5,500. If we go down and close a daily below 3,000, on the other hand, then again, as I said, I'm going to be putting on a short in this range right here, somewhere in this range, depending on how price action responds and what my indicators say. This is the positional area I'll be looking to apply my short. I'll just hold that open, and I will close out of my short when I see something like this. And then I will immediately go long. When I see price wick down very volatilely on an intraday basis below support, so like this, and then if I see on an intraday basis, so let's say that's obviously a red candle. So say this is the wick down, and then if I see the candle just shoot up and close something like this, so we form like a hammer candle, then I'm going to be out of my short. Hopefully, if I start seeing a shooting back up, I'll just go ahead and take profit. If you see a massive red candle like that, man, sometimes you just got to take profits, guys, because you can always re-enter. So that's how I'm going to be playing that out. If we have a volatile wick down and immediately rebound, I'm going to be looking to go long, and I'll be very bullish. If we have a big Marubozu candle down, on the other hand, and close down, then I'll just hold my short open. I won't be looking to exit that out at any time. So that's the trade that can change your life, guys. That's the trade that can change your life. The trade that can change your life right now is to pretty much do nothing, man. Don't get excited about a freaking like 3% trade up here, dude. It's risky. You're trading against the dominant trend. All the fundamentals are against you. It doesn't matter if it happens, dude. It's just not smart. Just look at the higher time frames to determine what are the key levels in the market, and what action should you take when we approach those levels. All right. So that's the plan for Bitcoin right now, guys. All right. So let me check out. Are you really saying that many syllables causing an emo? Hey, Daisenzo. Yeah, that's a good point. You do have the 200 simple coming in right around. Was that our take profit on EOS, Alex? Some very nice pumping action from EOS right now. Go, baby, go. All right, sweet. All right, guys, take profit one hit on the EOS trade. Let me actually pull up the specifics. I'll look at this TRX in just a sec, bro. I just want to go look at the premium signals channel and roll up and look at your setup for EOS. Let's see here. Entry at 65.70 and 64.65. Let's see here. Yeah, so right here, yeah, basically when the indicators told us to go long. Oh, I see. Yeah, we bottomed above. We bottomed above zero. Good indication to go long. I bet if I adjust, I'm about to go over my indicator here in a little bit, guys, because I'm excited about it. Let's try 9. I bet you have it on 6, don't you? Anyways. All right. Let's go check out Litecoin by popular demand. Go, baby, go. Successfully closed above that resistance level right there. Very nice. Very good action, man. Let's see where we top out and see if we get any bearish divergence. But right now, you have no reason to not be out of position. Let's see here. I think Alex has got us in that too, man. Gotta check my account. I've been busy these last few days. Alex has just been throwing on trades and throwing on trades. Yeah, oh yeah, long on Litecoin as well. You said 950, right? Yeah, 99.50. So we're coming up on, let's go to the intraday time. Let's go to the 4 hour. Did we hit 99.50? Yeah, we hit 99.50. All right, sweet. We hit your moon target, dude. Sweet. Congratulations, guys. All right, let's take a look at... I was waiting for $2 Litecoin. Nah, man. Yeah, we're going to get some nice pumping from Bitcoin right now. Let's see if that turns into a failure or some follow through. Again, this is not anything I'm going to be jumping on, guys. It's not anything I'm going to be jumping on. Saturday, nice retail volume piling in. Getting a little bit of volume though. Not too bad. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander. Do we got any? Yeah, see, that's the problem with I still haven't fixed that yet. How much chain link am I holding? None. I did not I didn't trade I didn't hold chain link. I didn't hold hollow. Congratulations to those people who did, man. Now, let us do something right here. So this gives me a perfect opportunity to talk about my new indicator. So let's talk about what I've been working on, and let's get rid of this and this and this, and we'll show this. All right, so here's what I've been working on, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I've been working on for quite a while. It's pretty much done. I've got 3 premium subscribers beta testing this right now. I do have the strategy tester for this quite well as well. This indicator is pretty much designed to do it all. It's designed to catch the bottoms. It's designed to catch the tops. It's designed to let you know when price is trending. It spots divergence, which actually I'm going to code in there. That's going to be the next thing. This thing is going to spot fractals. It's going to be able to plot what a higher high is and let you know if there's divergence on the oscillator. And that'll automatically pop up. Bullish or bearish. You can easily adjust. If we take a look here at the settings, you can easily adjust the length of the look back window for the algorithm that I'm using right here. You can adjust your oversold and overbought thresholds. You can adjust, this thing automatically scans for unnatural volume as well. So if there's unnatural volume, you're going to get a pop-up. So for example, right there, this is the multiplier. So right here is the multiplier for overbought volume, because this differentiates between overbought and oversold volume. So you can change the multiplier. Do you want volume to be 1.5 times the moving average of volume? Do you want it to be 2 times? You can adjust all this right here. So not too bad. And as you can see, you're getting that volume notification right here for overbought volume on the 4-hour time frame. So just being honest, guys, when I see resistance being approached on high volatility, I do like to enter into a short. I haven't gotten the confirmation yet on the Fisher, so I'll wait for that. If we look at the higher time frames, we can just kind of take a gander. How would the Fisher have, kind of taught us to play this out? Well, let's see here. Well, the Fisher would have had us scaled in right here, doop, 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 and it would have had us out right here. So we would have had an average entry somewhere around here. We wouldn't have caught the absolute top, but we'd have got a nice 25% profit on that. The other way to trade this, and perhaps the better way to trade this, is just to do what the Fisher tells you to do about following trends. For example, the way that I have it coded is that it actually modifies the bar color, and I'll put it in there so that you can change this. If you don't like fuchsia and blue, you can change this to your standard, black and white or red and green, whatever you want. I can have it repaint the bars however you want it to. But this is telling you that, hey, the market is entering into a bullish trend right here. And this lets you know that the market is exiting a bullish trend. Now, if we were, one thing that I do recommend is that since we're in a bear market, you do want to move your oversold level down so that it becomes easier to sell. Otherwise, it's going to become more difficult to sell. The problem with that is that it will make it harder to catch the tops if something is trending very bullishly. But if you're in a, let's see how we can just maybe play this better if we just adjust what our overbought settings are. All right, yeah, so here we see. So for example, where previously we didn't get any indications to get out. Now we have the indications to get out. We want to make it easier to enter into shorts. And again, the other thing too is that when the bars are fuchsia, you're not looking to take long signals unless you're trying to counter trade, especially if you see unnatural volume. That's kind of how the system's set up, is that this lets you know when you can take a counter trend trade, and it lets you know when you shouldn't. Because like right here, you do get a buy signal where the bar flashes green, but you don't get any unnatural volume to really tell you that you have oversold volume and oversold price action conditions. So you wouldn't look to take this. You would have just listened to what the bar told you to say, and probably would have been in a short since right about here. You don't get any unnatural volume. I mean, you can take these scalps, of course you can, and you do get the crossover signal, but this told you to go short here, and you don't have any oversold volume to confirm any of these signals right here. So this would have had you short all the way down on Litecoin. Of course, you would have had to be getting in and out on LTCH19, but whatever. So utilize this with some very basic trend trading strategies to utilize the blue to fuchsia, and you'll do quite well. So I've traded this even just using buys and sells, even just using crossovers. So enter when it's oversold, sell when it's overbought. I have the strategy tester up and running, and I've coded in specific risk management systems into it. It's not 100% done yet, but I do have OCA, for example. One cancels another orders, and also dynamic position sizing. And then the next thing that I need to implement is the stop loss system, but it's going pretty well, man. Yeah, you can change it. You can apply it to any time frame. Hey, Real Stogger Roach, good to see you, man. Hope you're not late for school today. I don't hold anything. I'm a trader, guys. I buy things when they're cheap. So here's the 5-minute chart on Litecoin. And let's adjust our oversold levels, sorry. There we go. So here's using it as a scalper. So if you're using it as a scalper for oversold and overbought conditions, this is how it would have played out. Short here, cover here, here. You could enter into a long here, cover here. You'd have been scaling into a short, and you do get the unnatural. You don't get it here, so you're protected, but you do get the unnatural volume indications right here to let you know, hey, the price is really doing something, and you would have covered here right at the bottom. You also would have been in your long positions here and here. You do to get the unnatural volume indication on those as well, telling you that you should be in your long positions. Same here. Get the short right at the top. Get the unnatural volume. You started scaling in here. You're potentially covering here, but you don't get the unnatural volume. So maybe you don't take that, and you do get the unnatural volume there, and maybe there. So yeah, this coupled with some basic trend trading strategies do quite well for you. So you can incorporate EMAs into this. You can incorporate anything you want. Here's another opportunity where you caught the absolute top on the unnatural volume signal, and then you don't really get an indication to get out because you don't have the unnatural volume. One thing that you can do is you can just simply use when the bars flash blue if you haven't gotten an unnatural, because that's a stronger indication, because that means the market's trending. So for example, right here, you do get the oversold indication or the overbought indication, and the bars flash red. And you get the unnatural volume to let you know, hey, this is actually serious. There's enough volume to actually move the market. You get confirmation just in just a few bars, and actually just about 20 minutes, because then the bars do flash fuchsia. And then you get some indications to cover, but you don't get any unnatural volume, so maybe you don't take these. But then the bars flash blue. I'll let you know, hey, you should probably be out of your position. And then maybe you should say, hey, maybe that was a good buy signal over there. Maybe potentially take it, but you would have gotten another opportunity to enter in. So all kinds of ways you can use this. It applies to any time frame. It applies to any asset. Insurance Casino, it's going to be available to subscribers, man. So if you are a premium subscriber to the Kraken Cryptocurrency Trading Group, it's currently $150 a month. There are discounts for longer packages. All the information's at premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. But this indicator, as well as this is the one indicator that's in beta testing right now. I have two other strategies that have higher success rates than this, but their trend, their true, how do I put this? They're truer trend catching strategies that I have personally used and developed over my time. In fact, the one that I've been working on the strategy that I've been working on for the last 2 years, I finally figured out how to put it into Pine and tell the computer to do what I want. And again, learning Pine was difficult for me. This is not my first skill set, but it was definitely worth it so that I did not have to rely on anybody else. Let's go something like the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, 4-hour time frame. We haven't gotten the bearish crossover yet. Remember that the higher the time frame you're on, the more you're going to lag behind. And I'm just going to say this right here. Like I'm selling. Like I'm short. I'm looking to enter into a short, guys. I'm looking to enter into a short. Approaching resistance on high volatility. No bueno. Doesn't mean that we can't continue the bullish movement, but at this moment in time, stuff like this, I'm like, hey, amazing. And again, what are we going to tell them, Alex? Like, how long? When did we enter long on Litecoin? LTCH19. Let's go LTCH19. Sorry, I wasn't really taking that divergence into account. Cool. Yeah, letting them winners run with that trailing stop starting at 950, not bad. Let's see here. Most recent trade on LTC, 891, 885. So here were our entries. And 885 right here. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, yep. So we were in, I think it was actually right here, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Alex? On the 31st? Let me check. Last Thursday. Last Friday night. Dun-dun-dun. Sorry, guys. I like pop music. Yeah, the 31st. So actually, okay, we only got the first fill at 892. But yeah, Alex, you did a great job catching that bottom, man. Did a great job catching that bottom. Fantastic trade to the guys in the premium group. And with this indicator, we would have been in here. We would have been in here. The problem is we do get the sell signal here. We probably get faked out on the 4-hour chart. We probably look to take profits there, but that would have been not a bad trade. That would have been a 4% leverage trade. We do pull back down. Again, Alex using his amazing skills to catch this trade. But we could have been in here. We could have been in here, and we would have been able to catch this because the bars flash blue, telling us, hey, we should ride the trend. Yeah, it's designed again, it's limited by my ability to code in risk management, money management. But what I have in it right now for the strategy tester is the ability to dynamically adjust your position size. So the more profit you make, the larger trades that you're taking. And then the only thing that I need to incorporate into it is my dynamic risk management system. So setting a trailing stop, and I'm not exactly sure how far I can manipulate Pine to do this. So the next step with this is future testing it. So I have to. I'm going to throw some money into an account. I'm going to hook up the bot, and I'm going to see how well this performs in real time. Because whenever you're back testing something on TradingView, you do have to be concerned about how candles are painted. Now, I've traded this particular strategy manually for quite a while now. And it's very profitable. I mean, I do okay for myself. Again, if you incorporate fundamental understandings of how to exploit retail psychology, of how to exploit other traders, of key levels in the market where they're likely to change, and then you look for something like this to give you indication for confirmation. Okay, cool, we're approaching a pivotal level on high volatility, unnatural volume. I'm getting an oversold bullish crossover. Let's go, man. Let's get this money. I appreciate your comments and thoughts, Best website. I guess I'm not like the one script to rule all scripts, and all the rest of you fuckers who can't get on my level are dead. I don't know what to tell you, man. I know that my style of trading makes me money. So congratulations if you're better than me, man. Thumbs up. Hey, thanks, B. I appreciate it, man. Ion. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I got a lot of requests coming in, guys. Yeah, I mean, insurance casino, you can do whatever you want, man. What is the market going to do in 12 hours from now? Is there a bot that predicts the future? Nope, there's not, man. All right, XLM, ICX, ION, and IOP. No, it's all good, dude. Listen, I'm a trader, dude. And again, I live in the technology field. So this is how most, this, in my opinion, this is how most technological conversations go, right? Like, you've got a bunch, and again, I got to thank Scott for really giving me the best example, right? Like you've got like 3 IT guys or like, whatever, computer nerds, and they're like looking at a problem and they're not exactly sure how to fix it. And they're like trying different things and everybody's like getting frustrated. Like, oh wait, this is going to work. No, this is definitely going to work. No, this is going to work. And then finally, when the guy who actually does the thing that fixes it, like when it starts working, I mean, he's just like, I told you, I am a god, like it's just human psychology, man. I didn't take it personally, bro. It's all good. Right, yeah, completely aware, man. That's why I'm speculative about how TradingView paints the candles, So that's why the next step is throwing it on the bot and seeing how it actually performs in real time. I'm not going to be honest, man. Bollinger Band and oversold RSI is one of the better strategies to start out with as a beginner, man. It's not a bad strategy, dude. It works. Any strategy is going to be fine as long as you stick to the rules. The problem with most people is that they subjectively trade things. Okay, so let's look at. Oh, we got to look at ZRP. Ethereum. Okay, before ZRP, so Ethereum. I kind of feel the same way about Ethereum, and I said this yesterday. For hook or by crook. I don't know why all these stupid lines are on here for some reason. I mean, they are take profit levels, but and they're corresponding to key levels of horizontal support and resistance. But I hate having my chart cluttered up, my chart cluttered up with lots of lines. It's very distracting. So let's do an analysis. Then we'll throw the script on there real quick, see what it's trying to tell us. So daily chart on ETH. Let's take a look at volume. Yeah, falling volume. I'm not overly impressed with these movements. Still be looking on to put my shorts on around 115, 116 if we can get back up there. Because yeah, if we don't go down to stronger, but there's just not enough liquidity here, man. We talked about this being a support level, and how you could take the short scalp. You can see it's been here for a while. This green box has been here for like a week. And it's just the high volume node, guys. High volume node here, a little bit of a high volume node there. This forms your buy range. But I mean, you got to talk about your risk to reward. Yeah, I mean, you put on a trade, you've got a nice little 8%er up to the 21 EMA. But I'm looking for that bigger trade. I'm looking for that 25% trade. So nothing really fundamentally changing. I mean, yeah, do you want to run into the trade? Not really, especially on the daily time frame. 4-hour time frame, getting above that 55 EMA. So if you can close above the 55 EMA and successfully pull back and retest it as support, really this zone right here too, because that's also going to correspond with previous resistance right here and the top of your volume profile. So that level for me is around 109. If 109 holds, then you'll probably see a bounce to 116. So you got a little 7%er there. You can manage your risk either with 4-hour ATR. What's 4-hour ATR? $1.95. So let's say you look to enter here. Let's say you look to front run it a bit. 109.25. What did I say it was? $1. So $2. Ooh, man, that's rough. So let's say, come on, mouse. So let's say we use like 2 ATR. I'm not starting to like this. Yeah, 2 ATR. That's like a 3.70%. But it puts you where it should be. I mean, ideally, when you're taking a breakout trade, you take the trade, and I don't like using hard stops, guys. I like using mental stops. So really, you don't want it to go down below here because that pretty much invalidates your trade. If it goes down below 108, it invalidates your trade. So, you know, having this hard stop down here, it sucks because, you know, things can intraday wick volatilely down. But for me anyways, if I'm looking to enter at 109, an SR retest and a retest of the 55 EMA on the 4-hour chart to make sure that we're actually breaking through it and it's a confirmed breakout, I'd have a tighter stop on this. Because if you get stopped out, you can always re-enter on the bullish pushback up. Let's take a look and see what my baby thinks about it. All right. Now, still got to fix the problem. Still got to fix the problem of it resolving correctly. But on the 4-hour time frame, let's see here. You would have been scaled in here. You would have been covering a short. Remember, we're looking at Ethereum Tether US. So let's see here. And we do have to adjust those oversold levels because remember, when we're in a bear market, we want to make it easier to sell. So let's bring oversold, or excuse me, overbought. We have to adjust the overbought levels. Let's make the overbought easier to sell. There we go. Fantastic. So entrance here. Wouldn't have got the sell signal on this, so I'm gonna have to adjust that a little bit more on the 4-hour time frame. Short here, cover here. Not too bad. Entry long here. Had you out here. Had the unnatural volume to tell you as well. All right. And we're flashing blue too, so Fisher above 0, but again, we start with the higher time frames. Higher time frames, we don't have any indication to buy right now. Although you did get the daily buy on this candle. That's not too bad. The 4-hour time frame would have got you a little bit better entry. Right there, of course. The smaller time frame, the more accurate you're going to be. The daily didn't have you until like right here. The 4-hour really caught that bottom quite well. So, yeah. That's just my personal analysis. Probably looking to put on the short around that 116, 117 level. I'll probably be invalidated if we do go above that swing high at 120. And I'll probably just be waiting. Just depends on the manner in which price approaches this. If this pops up to this real quickly, then it's likely to be a very strong short. If we just kind of like trudge up here slowly and slowly and slowly, I wait. I wait to enter a market position. Hey, thanks, Sashko. It's been a while since I've seen you, brother. Well, yeah, I've checked there, but I haven't traded there live, man. Hey, T-Nox. How much money do I suggest starting the strategy with? Well, what I suggest is that you paper trade before you put any money into an account. And then I would recommend putting an amount that you can easily afford to lose and make sure that the strategy is profitable and make sure that you understand how it works, make sure that you understand why it works, make sure you understand what to do and understand what the limitations of any strategy are going to be and how you need to enhance your skills to be able to bolster what the script or strategy can and will not do. And that's going to be personal risk management, psychological control. Are you going to scale into positions? Like here, for example, like let's take a look at the daily chart on Ethereum. And again, we can adjust these settings, right? We can adjust these settings, and that's what I'm working on right now. We can adjust these settings, but this had you scaling into a short position between here, here, and here. All right? Now, you had the decision to make. Are you trusting? Again, you can choose to trade this. You can choose to trade this two ways, and you can blend them. This indicator tells you when price is trending because the bars turn fuchsia. This indicator tells you when trending bearishly. This indicator tells you when price is trending bullishly because the bars turn blue. So typically, just like with Heikin-Ashi analysis, where you're looking to follow the trend, when the bars flash purple, or fuchsia, excuse me, you can look to go short. Especially if you've had a recent sell indicator with an unnatural volume spike. That's confirmation. So this would have had you short from here, would have had you buy here, would have had you short here, would have had you add to your short here, and then you would have captured the entire downtrend. Now, the problem is it's flashing you oversold conditions with unnatural volume. Do you trust these indications? Or do you believe that, hey, man, the trend is strong. I'm going to use trend trading strategy until these bars flash blue. These things can flash green all they want. So that would have had you out of the trade there. Depends on how you wanted to do it. Do you take the do you look to enter on the blue? Do you look to enter on the crossover? Do you look to exit here? Would have told you to exit here. Are you going to say, hey, no, the bars haven't turned fuchsia yet. I'm staying in this trade. Well, if you would have taken the cross. So it's a very careful strategy of understanding how to use an indicator. And again, this is all included with the documentation for premium subscribers. Should be done with this within the next 2 weeks. So this will be market ready for release for the subscribers. I recommend reading Market Wizards and New Market Wizards. That's a very good book to read. Confessions of a Stock Operator is a pretty good book as well, just to understand like kind of the philosophy and psychology behind trading. And then for technical analysis, man, I would recommend Tom DeMark's A New Science of Technical Analysis. That was the first technical analysis book that I ever read. And although I don't trade Mr. DeMark's methods anymore, I've kind of shifted more over toward John Eller's. If you can find anything that John Ehlers has ever written, beautiful. But it did give me my start and helped me understand kind of a very technical and logic-based way to approach the markets and not psychologically subjective. All right, Ethereum, ZRP, and then Alex is screaming at me to look at Tron. I know, bro. Listen, I'm not ignoring you, man. I'm not ignoring you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, nothing's fundamentally changed for ZRP. I mean, ZRP is fundamentally bullish, man. We're in a bullish uptrend. Nothing's really changed. Let's throw on that. Let's throw on the Big Daddy. Let's throw on the Big Daddy and see what she wants to tell us. Almighty indicator. Tell us what to do. I mean, pretty simple, man. Overall, I do have to agree that price is in a bullish uptrend. This looks like a healthy pullback. We're at that. I've talked about this a lot. This red line right here really represents the middle point. This is the 618 Fibonacci retracement of the entire movement. As we can see, after ZRP skyrocketed and mooned over here, it crept down to find support. You can see, just like Bitcoin, this is ZRP 6,000 right here, where we're back at. Right, we're back above 6,000. I mean, you have to be fundamentally bullish, man. Price fell down, bottomed right here twice, broke down through it, came back up, retested, rejected. Right here after a little fake breakout. That's why we were forming this higher resistance level right here. So you can see where once we break the 618, the 0.5, this range right here does act as resistance. But, I mean, we've trudged our way back up there, and the more times that you test resistance, the weaker and weaker and weaker it gets. Remember, you see how many times we had to test this support to really break it. And you can see right here we get a confirmed kill because we do come back up, test it, and then reject all the way down. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, everything looks good, man. You've got all your EMAs curling up. You're at that 618 Fibonacci retracement. You're holding the support level. You're back inside the consolidation range for ZRP. Now, I mean, we really haven't broken out, honestly, to go on Mr. Moon mission. Really, all you were able to do is capitalize on the oversold conditions right here. And honestly, like, I wouldn't have entered down here. I mean, you did indications. You had indications. Actually, this indicator would have had you. Do I need to adjust it? Quite where I wanted, actually. Yeah, so this entered right where I wanted to have entered it. Either right here on this candle, where we finally enter into a trend. You get the indication to sell right here, enter here, sell here. Or you can just hold on, and it would have gotten you out at a little bit, maybe a little bit better place, because this is activating on, this only flashes on the close of candles, so you would have exited here. You always wait for candles to close for enter or exit positions anyways. And then you're back in here, right where I would have bought, man. After you see a nice healthy movement, this looks like a 618 retracement. This is where I would have bought anyways. You get the crossover as well on the daily chart. And then again, you're pretty much in this till here or here when the trend ends. So when you're trending very strongly, you want to put less weight on the oversold and overbought conditions, and you want to put more weight on the trend ending. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on profit. Now, when you're range bound, when you're just kind of like moving up and moving down, then you want to rely more on these, because these are going to be able to let you catch the bottoms and sell the tops. So yeah, I'm fundamentally bullish on ZRP, which you know sucks because I don't really like ZRP as a project, as a coin, but as a tradable asset, man, I don't know. I think you're you're probably stupid, man. Now I'm not gonna hold ZERP. I'm gonna, when we flash blue again, I'm gonna re-enter, and then I'm gonna ride it up as high as it goes. It's pretty simple. But yeah, all our EMA is coming up. We're at that 618 Fibonacci retracement. Have clawed our way back up there. Now, if you did want to be a little bit more, speculative about ZERP, the better way to trade it, I think, when the daily closes above 90.87, which is the resistance zone that I have right now, if the daily closes back above 90.87, you look to take a range trade up to 10,414. Honestly, I'd set my sells. You could set your sells if you wanted to be safe a little bit below 10,000 because that's a round number, a psychological level. Wally, you make a very good point, guys. You make a very good point. Always wait for candle close to make a trade. What about when the wick goes to crazy profit levels? Wouldn't you want to catch them automatically? Yes, I suppose there could be some amazing, automatic, magical way that could incorporate potentially catching those huge, big wicks with this strategy. I wonder what it could be. Dun, dun, dun. You're a gentleman and a scholar, Wally. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. That is going to be some kind of system that can incorporate a trailing stop. And potentially, Wally might have what you're looking for. MA says, cracking crypto, BTC USD on GDAX just closed a 4-hour green bullish candle above the 50-day EMA. Is that a signal to go long? That depends. It can be, if that is your strategy. If your strategy is when a green candle closes above the 50 EMA, I'm going to enter into a long position. I'm going to target the 100 EMA. That's a pretty decent strategy. It's not a bad strategy. You do have to incorporate into that strategy, okay, where's your risk management? Where's your stop loss going to be? Are you going to scale? Are you going to trail your stop? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I always recommend trailing your stop. That's why I use 3 commas for Binance trading. And of course, BitMEX, the greatest platform ever invented. Shout out to Arthur Hayes. That has built-in trailing stop functionality. All right.
It's over 9,000!
We got some sub love coming into the house, man. We got some sub love coming in. Let me check out. Sorry, I got to open up my Streamlabs OBS. Let me check. Sorry, guys. Gabriel Piku, Eric Coffeen, Mateus, Tim, Joe Vicente, Mainon. I don't do last names if I can't do them very well, man. Tom Boo Boo. I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot. That's thank you so much, guys, for the subs on YouTube. Wally, I'll mention it, man. Yeah, I'll mention that for you, man. Especially for the support. So let's see here. If you guys are interested in something that can help your trading, Wally might have something that you're looking for. I will mention that for you. What is it, man? The gun bot is 50% off until tomorrow. Heck yeah. You can drop the link in the description, man, if you want. Not in the description, I'm sorry. You can drop it in the chat. If you so choose, guys. How do you set a trailing stop? It depends on what platform you're trading on. Okay, so. Yeah, Litecoin's killing it. Litecoin's about to kill it. Litecoin is about to have its name written in the death note, and Light Yagami is about to sign off. TP1, TP2. Yeah, I like it. At least TP1. Not the greatest R to R. Oh, that's just one ATR above the swing high. Yeah. No other way to take it, man. You adjust your position size accordingly. Hey, no problem, man. Listen, guys. Yeah, so what are those new things you added to Gunbot, dude? That's BitMEX trading, margin trading. That's the V12 release, guys. Pretty excited about that. I'm actually looking forward to getting my hands on that and running this through that. So, Wally, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to help me out with getting this baby all set up, man. Counting on you, man. The man, the myth, the legend. Gunbot University, Wally. All right. Sorry, guys. Now I'm just it seems like I'm just clicking buttons now. All right, Alex. Let's take a look at what Alex wants me to look at, bro. Okay. If we break this significant support, we will also break down from the pitchfork channel. This would be a great place to add to the short if that happens. Hell yeah. I'm looking at any opportunity to add to my Tron short, Bo. All right, so let's take a look at what analysis Alex, one of our senior analysts, has for us. Ooh, I don't want to do that. That's going to adjust the page. Did I screw it up? I feel like I already kind of did. Oh, I see why. I see why you're not being able to see all that, because I need to actually switch the scene. Let's switch the scene, because this one isn't cropped for trading view. For trading view. Here we go. All right. So reading his analysis, he says, if we break this significant support level right here, what we're coming up on around that 740 level, we will also break down from the pitchfork channel. This would be a great place to add to the short if that happens. That's the TRX 60-minute chart right there. Yeah, look at how it's just creeping around on that support, man. What have I said? As you approach support on low volume, it's not a sign of weakness for the dominant trend, and the dominant trend is bearish. You know, do you know when you should be going short on things like Tron? When shit like BTT happens. Sorry, guys, that's another drop in the swear bucket. I apologize. Hey, Doug Benner, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. Just drop another bucket in the swear jar. I'm sorry, guys. But all drops in the bucket to the swear jar do go toward my daughter's college fund, so. Exactly. You know, and again, the only solution, Wally, you're absolutely right. Using AutoView does give it access to your browser. The only solution I was having this conversation is you could run, yeah, my daughter my daughter's gonna have her college fund real soon, and all donations to the swear jar are shut up, dude. I hope my daughter will be able to get into Harvard on her own. That's because she's schooled at home and not at school. You don't learn anything at school, man. Just learn how to be an idiot. Here's the zoomed out perspective on Tron. But when you see things like when you see things like BTT, and when you have everybody and their mother saying that, oh my God, dude, Tron is just so strong right now. It's just going. I'm so smart for buying Tron. I'm going to buy more on margin. Let's go. That's when I quietly navigate over to my trading terminal and I go 10x short. And I look to add to my positions here, and here. I need a vape jar too. No, I definitely go off camera to vape. It's my one guilty pleasure. Guys, I'm all business, man. I know you guys don't want the personal reflection, but I mean, all I do is operate my company. I trade and I raise my kids. That's all I do. I'm not much of a partier. Except when that song goes off, then I feel like partying. I feel like partying right now. Thank you so much. Exit Only 23. Thank you so much for the subscription on Twitch, man. You're one of the good ones, brother. Thank you for joining the community. So yeah, I completely agree with Alex. This is the pitchfork that we've been trading in for quite a while. If we do break down from this level, I mean, Alex has been trading this pitchfork for, I mean, geez, I mean, just every time, just down, up, down, up, down, up. That's why it's good to be a trader, guys. That's why it's good to be a trader. It's not good to be an investor, man. Investor. I mean, if you would have bought, if Jesus, you guys think investing is a good idea? Like, if you would have bought the S&P 500 like 10 years ago, how much money have you really made? How much money have you really made? You trade. I mean, if you have, okay, how do I put this in simpler terms? Unless you have, over $1 million to just invest, even if you have $1 million, you're just going to be better off trading. There's more opportunity to grow your capital quicker. Because once you put your money in the market and you've got time limits and you've got a 401k and you've got an IRA and all these rules and taxes and penalties, blah, fuck that, dude. Sorry. Another dime in the goddamn swear jar. God. Yeah, I'm not going to give you a trade recommendation, Mr. Wen, but yes, I would. Actually, yes, the swear jar is in Bitcoin, Mike, and that's actually, believe it or not, Scott and I are going to do our best. See, like most Twitch streamers, like, and no offense to them, I get it. Anybody who's out there Twitch streaming or YouTube streaming and, trying to make a living doing their hustle, I completely respect that. It's totally cool. They rely on donations and tips and they put the little jar at the bottom and they try to incentivize people to give them money. And that's totally cool, guys. If you want to make a donation to the show, we appreciate the support. Helps us keep the lights on here and does help to improve the stream. But I mean, we're traders. We're traders. We do okay. So yeah, we're actually going to put the swear jar down there in BTC. So it's instead of being like, hey, give me money, it's going to show every time I lose money. I mean, it's like my money and it goes to my daughter eventually. Okay. Vibe. Yes. I'll check out Vibe, man. After I finish drawing. Did I pull this one up yet? I'm sorry. I want to finish looking at what Alex has for us. Oh, shoot. So here's the 6 hour, the same TRX. Fingers crossed, folks. Maybe we get some weekend movement or something here. Yeah. This is a good setup, guys. We see this breakdown below this level, and then we've got to recalculate the pitchfork, and probably, I'd say this is probably going to be the best. Where's those reactionaries? Reactionaries here. Yeah, reactionary here, here, and here. Yeah, clearly. Reactionary here, here, and here. So that means the pitchfork would go here would be your median line, and you would just be entering. I can see it visually. So when you connect the pitchfork here, your median line is going to be drawn this way in between, and you're going to be just entering your first quartet. Hey, thanks, the Frenchman. I appreciate that, man. And again, listen, like, I don't want to cast shade on any of the other streamers. I'm familiar with some of them. I don't watch anybody else's content because, again, I trade and that's all I worry about. But yeah, I mean, I respect their hustle if they're dependent on donations. But it's I mean, listen, if somebody's like dependent on donations and they're like, begging for donations, and they claim to be like a knowledgeable trader, which is, I mean, that's what I do for a living. I teach people how to invest their money, manage their money, make good trades. If somebody needs donations and that's their field of business, like, I don't know. I've never walked into a financial advisor's office and seen a donation jar on their desk, You said, hey, Wally, you're awesome, bro. You said clearly. I was worried about people like you. Send money to the grammar jar. All right. Yeah, let me draw a TRX out. Justin. What's up, man? Alex, you gave me a fright there, man. When Alex says, something serious is happening, then I stop and I pay attention, dude. All right. Yes. You know, here's the thing. I don't give financial advice, and that's the reason I don't say that. There's a disclaimer down at the bottom of the screen. There's a disclaimer down in the description. Of course, you know, again, you guys are responsible for your own trades, do your own advice. But listen, I legally protect myself. Like saying streamers who think that saying like or traders who like do whatever, this is not financial advice. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Do you think the SEC, if you've done something untoward or really like solicited solicited people to pay you to be a financial advisor unlawfully, do you think that's really going to stop if you've really done something illegal? Saying I'm not a financial advisor, it doesn't do anything. Just don't give financial advice. All I do is post my trades and how I'm looking to set them up. And then I give people mentoring on how to trade. I don't tell them what to trade. I tell them what I'm trading, and I show them how I do it. Very simple. Okay, we're back here. Let me look at Vibe, man. I'll look at Vibe real quick for you, bro, because I know Quinn, you're gonna die.
It's over 9,000.
Okay, so Vibe on the daily doesn't look too bad, man. You know, this actually looks like a lot of what I was looking to trade.
It's over 9,000.
Hey, thanks for the subs, guys. Doug Menner, Sean Massaros, ABC Friday, Jeremy Rowan, and Doug Prostock. Thanks so much for the subs on YouTube, guys. Welcome to the community. So what do we got here? Let's lay out the positives. Okay. Yeah, Vibe actually doesn't look too bad, man. I don't know if I'd jump in now, but definitely if you caught the bottom, which sounds like bullshit to say, I know, but sorry. Okay, so all we're looking for is the big ones. Sorry, guys. I've been redoing my trading view lately, so yeah, almost came down to the 786. That's why if you use some people use the 715, but it's all good. But I mean, yeah, you did come down like almost perfectly to previous resistance right here. Would have been nicer to see. Obviously, this is where you would have been targeting. This is why I got front run actually on the buy up. You can see you got the 786 here and previous horizontal resistance, which would act as support. But your tops got front run, your highs got front run, which is good. When you're watching this and you see price slow down, I mean, look at that falling momentum. Let's see here. You don't really get unnatural volume. You got the crossover entry right here on the daily. So let's actually go down to the 4 hour. This would have caught. Yeah, exactly. So indicator would have had you in here. It had you scale in here, but you don't get unnatural volume. You get unnatural volume here, and then you get your buy signals. So that's, again, you're looking for confirmation. You're looking for confirmation. If you're waiting for confirmation, I mean, you're in right here on this blue bar right here. So you're already up 10%. This indicator would have caught for you. Well, really, you would have been buying here. So to be quite honest, you're up like 8. So 8, 10, who cares? So where are you coming to? You are coming to your first level of resistance. I look to take profit on my first level of resistance. Here's the thing. Overall bearish market, altcoins do pop and go quite volatile, but at the same time, like when you're in a downtrend, like yes, they come down, you get like a very small window to buy them up, and then they pump. And, you know, there's lots of money to just be made in taking the scalp trade if you're doing altcoins, because the scalp trade on altcoins is a life-changing trade. That's a 10% trade. If you're trading traditional stocks or Forex, you have to wait like a week to make that unless you're leveraged to the hilt, man. How would I describe the bottom on Vibe? How much initial money is enough to make trading worth it? I mean, realistically, like $5,000. And you could, if you're trading crypto, you could probably do pretty well for yourself if you manage your money okay. You know, you're not going to be a millionaire overnight, but you know, a cryptocurrency is one of those few areas where if you know what you're doing with technical analysis and you have the right tools, then you can actually do well for yourself. Whereas with stocks and Forex, you're completely front run, man. You're completely front run. Now, I mean, I can make money playing the, you know, the S&P mini futures. I can trade lots on there. I used to. You know, I can trade pips on, you know, CAD odd, but I mean, those markets aren't fun anymore, dude. You know, there's some stocks that I see that I want to get into, but I'm just kind of waiting, man. I'm kind of waiting. Hey, Godsell, what's going on, man? All right, so people want me to take a look at. So I've heard Ion a few times. I'll look at Kyber Network for you, Wally. And Bcash ABC. Yep, 1% a day with $5 grand is good. You just got to make sure that you have the right tools, man. That you're dynamically adjusting your portfolio size, and that you're putting on the right trades, the right position sizing, risk management, psychological management. It happens, man. But you need to do your research. You need to make sure that you have a strategy that you can back test and paper test, and future test as well, and then stick to that strategy, and then don't deviate. With something like this, again, on my indicator, I got unnatural volume right here, right? This looks like oversold volume, and look, it's a nice bullish hammer candle right there. Price does move back down, and then I get the buy signals right here. So I would have entered here, I would have doubled up here. And then I look to take resistance I like to take profit at first resistance with about 50% of my position. And then I'll set a trailing stop for, something to lock in. So somewhere like this, I'm just looking subjectively on that because my trailing stop is subjective. You can use average true range to make it not subjective. So average true range on the 4-hour chart is 41 sats. So say from your take profit level, you set a trailing stop of 41 sats. So right now you have a trailing stop right. Come on, baby, don't let me down. Well, it's not going to go because of the resolution, but so right there. So you got a trailing stop like right here. That probably would have been triggered, but then this is going to move up with you as you go, and you just let that baby run and run and run and run and run. You can set it to wherever you want. You can set it to 2. You can set it to whatever you want. You could have set it down here, but then you would have been potentially losing more of your profit. That's why, just my personal preference for trading. When I see a good setup, I look to, depending on what it is. If it's something that I think might trend hard, then I'll wait until the bars flash purple. Fuchsia. I don't want to do any insults to purple, but remember what I said, when price approaches resistance on high momentum, I don't really like to see that. That's a good indication to sell. So this is how I would have managed this trade. Just looking at primary resistance, I would have entered when my indicator told me to, and I would have taken profit at the first level of resistance, with half of my position or 30. That's all your preference. That's depending on your level of aggression or conservatism, and then just set a trailing stop for whatever portion you want and let your winner run. Obviously your next target right here for me, let's see here. Let's take a look at this baby right here. Traditionally the way to do this is to purchase the 618 and target the 236, or to purchase the 786 and target the 382. So as you can see, price had a nice bullish run up. We actually got the sell signal right there at the top. Obviously something like an automated bot would have let you catch the top quite well. Hashtag not a sponsor. No, we're not going to allow that, man. This is not a Super Bowl channel. Hey, Math Tutor. Actually, we have an advisor for the team that is a that is an accountant and is specialized in cryptocurrency. So we are going to be bringing him on the show later on as we get closer to tax season to help explain that. So I would be doing him a gross disservice, even though I basically understand. But I'll let the man who actually handles my taxes explain it to you. TLDR, if you lost a lot of money on cryptocurrency, you need to claim that because you can roll those losses into future capital gains. It's how it works. And you can actually do it for a long time if you have an accountant who knows what they're doing. So anybody who's like, I don't want to pay my crypto taxes. What's the odds that you made a ton of money this year? What's the odds that you're going to make a ton of money next year? Much better than the odds that you made a lot of money this year. 95% of people lost money this year. It's just the way it is. Very few people made money because very few people shorted the market. Anyways, so yeah, but I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying, God damn it. I'm a failure. What I am saying is that if you have lost money in the bear market, then you need to make that legal so that you can actually reduce your taxation in the future. And put yourself in a better financial light. And you should pay your taxes anyways. There's better ways to oppose the government than direct disobedience. There is a time and a place for that. We're getting close, though. We're getting close. So traditionally, when you're playing fibs, you come back to the 618 and you target the 236. Now, since we have entered into blue trending, you can try to take that trade. You've got a lot of resistance to get over, though, honestly. I would still be like trailing my stop fairly tight, and then I'd be waiting to see what happens. Like, can we, like what happens basically right here at this resistance cluster right here. You can see we took profit at the first level of resistance. Smart thing to do. Let's say we get back above this, maybe we can double up to our position. Maybe reinvest our capital and then set a trailing stop, because then we're only going to be exposed to the risk of the new position that we add, and you add a smaller size to your position. So say you took 50% of your profit, well, you only add like 30%. Or as an alternative to that, if you feel that something is going to trend hard, then you pyramid up instead of taking profit. So at your take profit levels, you actually add to your position size in smaller and smaller positions, and then just move your stop up and move your stop up. That actually mathematically will get you more profit if the trade goes in your favor. But understand that if you use that strategy of pyramiding up and not taking profit at the first signs of resistance, you're going to have way more losing trades. But when you have a winner, it's going to be gangbusters. It's going to be gangbusters. Hey, thanks, Hollywood Trade. Yeah, man, I used to trade them, man, all the time, dude. Used to trade the mini futures all the time, man. Get up my lots, bro, and let's go, man. And you could be profitable. You could be profitable trading the mini futures with like a 35% success rate. Honestly, if your risk management is tight enough, which that was, again, I want to give many thanks to the people who helped me along in my journey, because I started with risk management and not technical analysis. Because when I started, I sucked at technical analysis. Like every time I bought, like the market moved against me. Every time I sold, the market skyrocketed. I mean, just, I made every mistake in the book the first 2 years. All right, so Vibe, I'd be looking to take profits, man. But I do see, I mean, obviously, listen, if you want to ride the trend, you do want to wait for a 4-hour close above this level. I mean, I don't like to long resistance, so this is an area where I want to enter. The 4-hour, we're about to get oversold. Let's go back to the daily, because we do want to take our trades from the daily. Yeah, man, I don't know. We're not trending yet on the daily. If the daily flashes blue and we get above if we get above the Fisher, or if the Fisher gets above 0 on daily, I might potentially, I mean, it might be okay to take a potential trade to 382, but I don't know, man. I just look for good opportunities, man. Like right here, you can see that, we had plenty of, we were in a nice accumulation phase right here. So all these times that flashed you to go green, I mean, you have good opportunities here, and then you have a nice bull run. And actually, this indicator caught this whole movement, man. It didn't tell you to sell. It didn't tell you to sell until here, and you had unnatural volume as well to confirm that. So, in when the bars turn blue, out when the bars turn red, man. But that's a different market environment from a descending area. We haven't really had a long period of accumulation. I like to see a long period of accumulation to see a nice strong movement. You can see that's a 16% movement. Now it just seems like we're trailing down, forming a lower high. And I think we'll probably just form another lower high, man. But that's your own preference, man. Again, I would have been in this trade here, and right now I'd be out 50% with a trailing stop. And we'll just see how high it goes. Yeah, there you go, Hollywood Trader. That's what's up, bro. What's happening? The bull run started? Ooh, that's a good question, man. Let's go take a look real quick. And then I'm going to do Tron, and then I'm going to look at some other stuff. I don't know why that switched to BTC, USDT. 24-hour. $15,000. If you're following the trend. So this would have had you, if you're just trend following the strategy, this would have had you in at 3,958. This would have had you out at 6,373, back in at 7,297, and then out at 15,000. 114% profit. This would have broke even on you right here. This would have broke even on you. This would have worked out quite well for you. You get faked out right here, right? But you still make the profit. This would have done well for you, 21% trade. This one would have done well for you. That was another 22% trade. Let's see here. This one would be another 20% trade. You take a loss on this one, 5% loss. Take a 10% loss on that one. This looks more like kind of a break-even, 5% gain. You break even on this one. Let's see here. 17% gain there. You make a 34% trade there. You make a 20% trade there. This is more break even. You make a nice profit here. And you can catch those by changing you can change it to open instead of close. So that's all in your personal preference of aggression or conservatism. So yeah, so not overall bad. And yeah, would have caught the bear market right here. Or excuse me, not the bear market, but would have caught the descent from 6K right here. Because as you can see, I want to see actually very clearly, because we had so little volatility here. I want to see if you got faked. Nope. Told you to go short right here. On the 10th of November. So this told, even if you were waiting for the candle close, you would have been short at 6,435. And you would have been out. Candle close. You would have got faked here. You'd have been out at 4,190. And then back in at 38.87. And then out right here at 36.61. Depending on how you want to trade it. Again, you can adjust the levels. You can adjust this for your level of aggression. This is just throwing it on and showing what it does right away, man. All right, let's take a look at ION. Oh, 24-hour time frame. ION doing some things. ION doing that snaky down at the bottom, man. Again, the coins that look like this, I don't get mega excited about. But, you know, doesn't look too bad, dude. You can see that every time the Fisher goes into oversold territory, we do reverse. I mean, this is just range. This is just ranging accumulation. We haven't seen a spring yet. So do we see... we do see a little bit of a selling climax right here. The volume isn't, you know, again, the volume isn't always representative. Of course, you do see that it's higher than normal. So this can be an overall selling climax. Yeah, you do see it more there. And then obviously we bottom right here. Let's see here. Automatic retest. Boom. Would have been nice to see a spring here. If I would have seen a spring, of course, you don't always need a spring for an accumulation phase. Now, if we can get back above here, this could be our sign of strength. And then a last point of supply and then a breakout. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad, man. I mean, you're right at the bottom of the range. Where should you manage your risk on this bad boy? Daily time frame, average true range 229. This is just my personal preference because I don't like to get kicked out of altcoins. That's too wide of a range. Is it really 229? 229 sats. It can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. That's why. Let's pull out the calculator. So it would be, oh, where's the swing low? Actually, this is the swing. Oh, look at that SFP, man. Look at that SFP. That's nice. Yeah, I'd buy ION. That looks pretty nice, actually. I'm not going to lie. Nice bullish hammer candle. About to get that bullish crossover in oversold territory. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. All right. 0.1234327 minus... and then average true range. Oh, no, not 327. What's the low? It's 310. $28.71. Yeah, it's pretty wide stop, man, but I hate getting wicked out on alts. And you got to look at your risk to reward, man. So where are your... All right, so I'd say your first upside target for Ion is going to be... Oh, this thing is going absolutely batshit crazy. Stop. Stop what you're doing in the name of the law. I broke it. Look at it. There we go. Just chill out, man. I'd say your first upside target is going to be 356. That's your first level of resistance, and also your point of control. You got your 21 EMA coming in there as well. And then you're targeting, obviously, kind of the top of your initial range, 392, 400, around in that range. You got your, you can even be a little bit more conservative, like 387, 390. You got your 55 EMA coming in there. And then next, obviously, the your range high, which is where your 100 EMA is. So around that 465, 470 level. And yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Now, what I do want to do is slap my baby on. This hasn't had you selling, just accumulating. About to get that crossover right here. So I think this is about to flash a buy. But see, I got to code the logic too. Because this is why you do need to manually interpret this until I can just make it 100% perfect, which will be happening over the next few weeks. Because there's situations where you get that crossover, and you can adjust this. You can adjust your oversold territory to make it easier to buy. So we can see what happens when we do that, for example. So let's adjust our oversold levels to -1. Yeah, and if we do that, you can actually see that we would have caught this, and this. Yeah, we are flashing a buy actually on the current daily candle for Ion. And then since we're range bound, if you would have adjusted your overbought, it's still not enough. Overbought's still not letting you sell. But you can see, because I need to code the logic to actually touching and not crossing over, even though the crossing over in OB is a better signal, but you can see that price does touch your overbought level, right? You can see that price does touch your overbought level 1, 2, 3 times. And would have given you the exit signal here, here, and here for those trades. What are you going to watch it do, man? Satoshi Nakafoma, thanks for joining, bro. I mean, no reason to watch it, man. I mean, you got to have your money in the market, dude. I'd buy, dude. That looks like a. I'm gonna make this trade. I got my stop loss on there, and I just talked about my take profit targets. Looks like a good chance. I'm going to take initial profits at 350 set. Let's zoom in. I guess we could take initial profits at 344. It's going to be your first HVN. Talking about 5%, and so pretty much a 5-10 trade. 5-10 trade, which means you can either be very conservative and use a 2.5% trade, or you can look for the big long setup, because my stop's 12% away. But that's how I trade alts. I don't take large position sizes, and I adjust my position size dynamically, so that if whatever I put into it goes down 12%, I lose my R, which is 3% of my portfolio. That is what it is. Or 1. Again, your risk management, that's on you guys. I can talk about it and tell you guys what I do, but you're going to have to be responsible for your own trading decisions. Or you can use the daily. You can use the daily and understand why I want to do it that way, and look for some big targets, man. I mean, we're in some nice accumulation, and we're at the absolute bottom of the range. I mean, what happens if we come nice back up here? Especially, oh god, he's gonna put a line on there, guys. Shit, you know what that means. Yeah, I know that was a swear. My bad, guys. Now, this is where I'm going to have my hard stop loss, mental stop loss, really. But in all actuality, if we close a daily below this line, if we close a daily below there, I'm going to be out of the trade. I'm just being real with you guys. But you can see where I'm really initially looking to take profit at that point of control. Oh, sorry, let me be a little bit more specific. So yeah, the big point of control right there at 358. But you can actually see where if you do take profits at like that 340, 342 level, you got a good shot for an intraday wick up to that level if this just goes ahead and goes completely down. And then you can look to take like 50-50 and then double up if we start trending blue. So if we flash blue and then we start breaking this resistance trend line, and get above this point of control, then yeah, I mean, your targets are 382 and your range high, your 100 EMA. But I'm going to take this. Can't make money on hope. Buy some ZRP with ETH. Agreed, crypto is a monster zone. Hey, Harry. Thanks for joining us, man. I will not make any specific recommendations on what to invest in because that's not what I do, but I'm sure the chat room is going to be happy to give you their opinion. Fanboys attack. All right, now I want to look at that TRX analysis that Alex was doing. We got about 10 minutes left in the show. So, guys, this is the TRX BTC setup that we're playing on. I'm gonna have to stop flashing that, but it's already there, so it's like whatever. Okay, so you took the daily. Okay, so yeah, you took the. So if we end up reversing, we'll probably form a new fork, bro. And if I had to bet, I would take these reactionaries. Just like that. Which means price wants to return to the median. Or, you know. Yeah, that's the way I'd plot it, man. You got some nice confluence there. That horizontal confluence with your first quartet and your 21 EMA. Really looking for that to break on the daily. And then it's down to the 55. You got some nice confluence there with your second, with the quartet. And then again, you keep on coming down. You've got your 100 coming in. It's going to give you confluence with your quartet again. So I think it's just going to be a nice little trail down.
It's over 9,
that's how I do it, Alex. I want to say hello to the new subs, guys. Michael W3, Andrea Lennon, and Skylar the Fox. Thanks so much for the subs on YouTube, guys. Highly appreciated. All right. Am I forgetting anything, guys?
It's over 9,000.
Hey, what's going on, Truce? Do you think Litecoin will go higher or just a trap? Yeah, I think that's a trap, dude. When you approach resistance on high volatility, I look to go short, at least for a scalp. Again, I'm not putting longs on right now, man. I'm looking to put shorts on. So... you guys long if you want to, man. You guys can wait. You guys can wait for some confirmation. It's totally fine. It's all good. Not mad at you. Not mad at you. Tweezer top pattern. Waiting for this to turn into something like a bearish pin bar. No divergence on the 4 hour. What about the 6 hour? No divergence. A little confluence there. What about the 12? Give me divergence, I'll be a happy boy. No divergence. Daily divergence. That's what I'm looking for. So if this tops right here, which I do expect it to do, we're going to have daily divergence. Bearish divergence. So price action makes a higher high, and the oscillator makes a lower high. Of course, we have to wait for this to close and actually move down a little bit for us to get that turnover, and that'll also be, look, we are in oversold territory, so we'll get the bearish cross under, we'll get the bearish sell signal, just like we got here and here. Oh shoot. You guys have been good, man. I only got 7 minutes left in the broadcast. Is it a nice idea to short Litecoin from here, man? Man, it's all up on you, man. Is this Bitcoin fall a chance to buy cheap now? Nah, man. It's going to be cheap here. It's going to be cheap here pretty soon. Oh, yeah, that's right, Godshell. Bcash. I'll check out Bcash for you, man. Yeah, I mean, I can just only tell you for myself, man. I mean, I would be going short on this. I'm not, because I've got my positions. I've got my positions open. We just went long on Litecoin. I mean, really, honestly, like once I finish the broadcast, I'll probably go over here and watch this closely. This is the area where I do want to be putting on my short, but there's nothing wrong with waiting for a little confirmation. You can wait until the bars flash purple. You can wait until you get the bearish crossover. I haven't gotten a sell signal yet on the 4 hour, which is kind of what I look for. But I'm going to give that daily. I'm going to give that daily some credence, man. And I'm also going to give the fact that we just ran back up to resistance on high momentum. You don't see that without a pullback, at least to here, to 953. So that, like, for sure, like I would. Again, you know, guys are responsible for your own trades, but this is at least a 1% scalp down to 953. But to me, in my opinion, this is probably the best place to be putting on a positional short. Oh, I assume you mean for spot, man.
It's over 9,000.
Hey, Mobius, what's going on, man? Oh, man, yeah. That's some pretty wicked divergence on the 3-er. Yeah, and rejection from your 100-day, 3-day exponential. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, that's a short-term scalp, man. That's an intraday scalp. Hey, what's going on? Johnny Boy Crypto, man. Holding on some of that Pundi X. Your 3 days trending pretty bullishly. Pulled down to that 21 exponential on the 3-day. Why aren't we... Oh, that's volume. My bad. That's unnatural volume right there at the top. Range bound between the 55 and the 21 on the 3-day. Not too bad. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, funnily enough, this actually is not telling you to sell, man. I mean, you did get the sell signal here, but you haven't entered into a bearish trend yet. This thing's still flashing bullish, and look at all this. You got that 21.55 crossover. You got your 100 right above you, man, but we're just ranging here real nicely, man. That's actually pretty good to see. So maybe MPXS is good for another run-up. 24 sats, here we come. It's our next level of resistance. Previous point of control. Trading above the point of control right now. Back in our accumulation zone right here. Let's do these things, guys. All right, so Bcash ABC. I feel like there's too much clutter here. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, come on now. All right, daily chart on Mr. Bcash. That's kind of a rough one on the daily, man. Got your sell signal here after flashing blue. I haven't gotten the buy signal yet. I mean, you've got some oversold signals right here. You don't really have any unnatural. You only get a natural volume right here. You get a natural volume here. I mean, where are we at? Yeah, we pulled down to the 786 and bounced off of it, man. Now back in that kind of buy zone that was acting as, this was acting as support. This level was acting as support, and this is 618. Actually, 618's up here, my bad. This level was acting as support, broke down, acted as resistance, and now we've broken above it, getting resistance now from a 55 in our 21 EMA. So if this level holds, then yeah, this is probably a good time to be buying Bcash. Like I said, you haven't flashed any buy signals until here. And if this thing, just in a few more days, this thing will probably flash blue. Let's take a look at the fish. Yeah, actually, Fisher's crossing zero right now, so this bar is blue. Yeah, that's a daily blue bar. So you got to do what it tells you, man. Just tells you to buy. Told you to buy right here.
It's over 9,000.
Out here. Told you to get short here. Out here. Let's see. So did you catch the bottom? No, you missed out on 9% profit, but you got up on 22. Sometimes you guys just got to be grateful. Like this bad boy right here. If you were following it, would have got you 30. You wouldn't have made your 50. That's cool, though. If you wanted to take a stab on it, I mean, it did give you buy signals right here. Boom, boom, boom. Unnatural volume right here. So up to you how you choose to use the system. But the information is there for you very visually. All right. Yeah, I mean, we're above the support level. This was our breaker, man. This was our breaker. Acted as support, broke down, acted as resistance, broke up. And if we hold that level on the daily, man, the only next two levels of resistance for us to break are really our point of control and our 55, and it's moon mission time. You can see how ever since we broke down to the 21 right here, the 21 crosses the 55. So we get the moving average crossover. We get price closing above the point of control, holding the support level. This is all amping up to be pretty bullish, man. Just the only thing that I'd prefer to see before we really get our moon boots on is for this HVN to break. And then it's a pretty easy ride. Again, you buy the 786 and you target the 382. So on BTC, I mean, that's a target of 0.0432. That would seem to imply that's where we're heading. So that is... TA is a lot. That's a 25% increase. And it's telling you, hey guys, time to buy, guys. Until Bitcoin rolls over again, yeah, it's possible, man. It all hangs on a knife edge, man. But sometimes you just got to take your trades, man. If BTC absolutely breaks down, then maybe this stuff will go out the window, or maybe some stuff will decouple, man. All you can do is take things that look optimum and have risk management, and that's it, man. That's what we do. Can't tell you the future, but I can tell you how to make... I can't. I can't tell you the future, but I can tell you how I'm able to profit in the system. All right, guys, that's all. It is 7 o'clock. It's time for me to go. It's Saturday. I'm going to go hang out with my family. We're going to go watch a movie, man. I'm going to double check on some of my trades. No, we won't. That's for the subscribers. Sorry, guys. Thank things to talk about for the end of the show. Of course, guys, if you guys make sure, if this is your first time here, guys, yeah, sorry, I got to swing into full business pitch mode, but whatever, it's what I used to do for a living. If this is your first time here, guys, and you enjoy the stream and you support what you see, you want to support the content that we're making here, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. We highly appreciate it, obviously. If you're watching on YouTube, I would appreciate it if you go over and maybe watch us on Twitch. On Twitch, you can give us a follow, give us a sub, helps keep the lights on here. We support it. Totally your preference. You can also hit up our Patreon or purchase some merch on cryptocurrency.com. Again, we do appreciate the support as well. If you guys head on over to cryptocurrency.com, you can still take part in the free premium trading group giveaway. We have 3 slots that we're going to be giving away, 3 slots for free for 1 month that you can have if you so choose. Simply go over to cryptocurrency.com. On the homepage, it's going to give you a pop-up, says, would you like to participate? Click yes. It's going to bring you here to this breakaway page. 13 days left in the giveaway. We have 87 total entries so far. We are going to be picking 3 random winners. The program does it itself. You simply can log in using any of your social media accounts. If you got Discord, you got an email, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, whatever you choose. And then if you want to follow us on Discord, or if you follow our Discord, or excuse me, join our Discord, you get a point. If you follow us on Twitter, you get a point. If you follow us on Twitch, you get a point. If you subscribe to us on Twitch, you get 3. If you subscribe to, so on and so forth. If you want to refer your friends, it is viral sharing. So this will actually generate you a unique referral code that you can share with your friends. And if they sign up using your code, you get bonus entries. So, congratulations in advance to the 3 lucky winners. Again, we're going to be running this for the next 13 days. And then starting after this competition ends, we're going to be running our next giveaway. We have a partner coin. Well, a proud sponsor of the show. And we're going to be giving away 5 masternodes worth of their project. So, make sure to tune in for that. We'll be running that competition for a month. So from the middle of February to the middle of March, we'll have that open, same format, but you can also follow their social media as well, so they can get some exposure. And we'll be giving away, like I said, 5 masternodes to 5 people. So 5 individuals will each win 1 masternode. That's about it, guys. Of course, if the bear market has got you down, if you don't know if you want to buy or if you want to sell, if you're not sure what your trading strategy is, if you don't know what risk management is, if you'd like to get access to my indicators, if you'd like to get access to seeing my trade setups, the other analysts and traders at Kraken Cryptocurrency, like Alex, Da Vinci, Fibonacci, if you'd like to get access to their trade setups, then consider joining the Kraken Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. You will get access to all our trade setups, the private Discord, the Members Lounge VIP, and day trading voice chat. You'll get access to the resource library, so there's that pop-up, guys. You'll get access to our database resource library packed with PDFs, webinars, courses, seminars, tapes, everything you possibly need to supplement your knowledge, as well as access to our personal webinar series designed to take you from scratch and teach you everything that I've learned over my years of trading. You also get access to our live trades tracker, premium curated news, and your own customizable trade journal so you can keep track of your journey in this amazing world that we call cryptocurrency, guys. That's all for me. You guys have been fantastic. Give a shout out to Your Crypto Daily, X42, Spectre Security Coin. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Castle Coin. Give a shout out to Gunbot University with Gunbot Wally. And I feel like a jerk if I forget giving the shout outs. Anyways, you guys have all been fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Hopefully tonight's show has helped crack cryptocurrency for you. Of course, I'm Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at KrakenCryptocurrency.com. And as always, guys, trade safely.